Hey guys, Ken's97Stone171 back with another American Truck Simulator video. We are still in the Kenworth T680. We are sitting at right about 103,000 bucks. This load pays 67,000 almost. And it's going pretty far, 647 miles. It's also very heavy, 88,000 pounds. Total route is going to be from here, west on 20, up I-35, but then from there it's going to be mostly state routes, so this could take us a while. I don't know what this section of road looks like here in the game. Could be sort of freeway-like, or it could be 50 million towns. You could probably also go up I-35 and then west on 40. That would cut out some of it, but it would be pretty significantly longer. We could try it, though. Let's see. 647... Huh? Okay, 647. That way. Why did it go? It's fewer miles to go that way. Like 50 miles shorter. That's interesting. Makes you wonder why. Oh, wait. Yeah. Running across this way instead of that way. You know, there's a reason why it picked that route. Let's just pick the route. Let's just take the route that it said. I don't know why. There's got to be a reason. So anyway, we'll get to it. We have pretty full tanks. We got 11.5 miles per gallon on that last journey. Let's reset that. It's weird. I did refill the fuel tanks. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I forgot to change the audio to my headphones. There we go. I was wondering, like, why can't I hear the brake go on and off? Well, because I had the audio set to the TV. Okay. No, I think that. All right.
Right.
Give me a second, guys. Sorry, guys. I brought up YouTube Studio on my phone, which is supposed to be able to show the chat window, but it doesn't show anything that I'm even streaming or anything, so I'm going to have to look into that. All the things I saw was just use YouTube Studio, and I'm like, I looked around all in there, and I don't see a, like, live broadcast section, so I don't know. I was trying to find a way to have the chat show up, not just in this web browser over here, which is kind of inconvenient.
Get ready to turn right.
And slightly out of my view. My hope was that I could get a mobile
Turn
device and mount it like right here, so I could easily see your chats when they came up.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Kind of inclined.
Go straight on.
I'm inclined to go in here and get fuel.
Recomputing. Rerouting. When possible, make a U-turn.
I thought I got fuel before I went to go pick up that. You see the advertisements? Yeah, motherfucker. It's not going to take much. But I would like to have full tanks, so I think we can... Yeah, so you'd only put in... tiny truck stop there.
Turn left.
Realized I messed up the lighting in the house here. I was
Keep right.
thinking about taking one of my lights that I bought, putting it over my head, shining straight down, but
Keep
it's
right.
you can see it in the
turn
TV, so that's not going to work.
Turn right.
And in the process, I screwed up the color. That one's cool white, that one's warm white. And it's angled the wrong way because I had to tip it a different direction to get it to angle like this way over my head. I think these shifter buttons are starting to fail. Occasionally I click them and nothing. You hear it click, but nothing happens. Maybe it wouldn't let me shift because it didn't think it could handle the, handle it right then. It's 2 in the morning. I didn't want to risk moving the time forward and miss out on this load. We might be able to do a truck purchase. Cooling fan just kicked on. Boy, this thing gets really loud. It almost sounds like piston slap. I don't know if you guys have ever heard a 4-liter Jeep engine. They often have a bit of a marbly, rattly sound when they're cold. It's the one thing I really don't... This engine is pretty nice. But man, it sounds like crap. Mechanically sounds like crap, especially at higher... Like right now it's okay. But when you get above like 1300 revs or so, it starts to sound kind of clackety. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I just thought of something. Let me get straight here, but it's possible my window is down. Really, dude? What an ass. Let me check. I think it was. See if it makes us stop. No, we can bypass. I'd like to know what the weight is. Heavy. That's the answer. So I think I've decided we're going to do a Cascadia as our next truck. Some kind of engine in it. I don't know yet. I will do a little research before we purchase. Same situation, you know, try to find the best balance of efficiency. As long as we're driving the Tupperware torpedoes, as people call them, and we're still kind of budget conscious, we're going to worry about that, just as a real truck driver would. But once we start building some cash flow, or we're not depending so heavily upon the loads, then we might be able to experiment a bit more and build some other trucks. And because we still have quite a few after the Cascadia. There's the Volvo VNL, which I've driven, and I don't really like the interior that much. Which is bizarre because I drove one in real life and I loved it, but in the game, you know, it feels kind of antiquated in the game. But there are some pretty amazing engines available for that truck, so it might be worth a look. We're just gonna let it pull. I need to back the audio down on the headset, guys, just a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit loud in my ears there.
Keep left.
The kind of rumbly drone sound is getting to me a bit. with that guy. Also might take a break and do some Euro Truck Simulator.
Keep left.
Haven't driven anything there for a bit.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Yeah, like right there, you can really hear the engine.
Turn right.
It's kind of rattly.
Keep right.
Let's see, how far do we have till we're not going to be on I-35 very long, and then we'll be on this state route here. And then we'll know whether it's going to be a long day or a shorter day. Hey buddy, how's it going?
Keep
My
right,
friend just popped up
and
on the
then
chat.
turn right.
Oh shit, stay right.
Turn right.
He said just watching some ATS for a minute. Yeah, it's going to be a long one, man. 600, well, it's like 450 miles to go. Trying to get to the dollar amount I need to buy a new truck and move on. Looks like maybe we're going to do okay. The speed limit 75 on this state route. Yeah, fuck. Reading chat and driving is dangerous. I almost crashed right there. Got to do something about that. Yeah, I already worked, man. It was, I didn't even get out the door till 2:30 in the morning. But I stayed relatively busy, especially later on in the night. Worked until about 7. A second, guys. I need to do something here. Need to move that screen a little more that way so I can see it without turning my head quite so much. like real life. Slow down on the fucking highway before you get to the off-ramp. Fucking hate that shit. And the speed limit's gonna drop to 60.
Keep left.
Stretch my neck there, guys. Oh, man.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
No, haven't gotten... Chad asked me, have I gotten any Bobcat runs yet? No, I haven't. Haven't even seen any in the cargo lists yet, so... They may only pop up when you're using your own trailer. I'm not really sure. That'd be cool, though. Beautiful Texas day here in the game. Clear blue skies. And try not to crash. Hey, Jeremy. How you doing? Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Going smooth right now. Rolling across Texas. Well, not right now. We're not. I don't think we're in Texas. Oh, shit. Yes, we are. Well, we're just welcome to Texas, it just says. So, that doesn't make sense, so hold on. Oh, yeah, we should have been in Texas the whole time. That's okay. I don't really understand that. Yeah, trucking's been good. Just working my way through the newer trucks.
Go straight on.
Should be able to buy another new truck after this load is finished. And then
Keep right, and then turn right.
we're going to get through the modern trucks first. Stop, motherfucker. Stop. I think we're going to do a Cascadia next. Then probably a Volvo VNL. And that'll be the end of the more newer model trucks. And then we'll do a KW, maybe a Peterbilt 389, and then a KW W900. Stick with the day cabs for now. And once we get the business going a little bit more, where it's kind of self-propagating on financially, we can play around some more and maybe go back to whatever truck was our favorite, you know, and do something fun with it. Hello, Mr. Popo, State Trooper Man. That's a good truck too. The Freightliner Classic. Have one of those in my other profile. Something you should be aware of, I've noticed this with most of the modded trucks. I have a Freightliner Argosy, an FLD, an FLB, a Australian K200. They're all relatively heavy. Noticed it. I don't remember what truck it was that I noticed it with first, but
Go straight on.
I was hauling like a 36,000 pound load, and when I went over scales, I was like 81,000 something, and I'm like, there's no way that truck is not that heavy. So what I've noticed is a lot of those mod trucks, their weight, their empty weight is not accurate. So be aware that you may need to run a stronger engine than you would think, because some of them are 3,000 or 4,000 pounds heavier than they should be, at least. The that Argosy with an empty box trailer is like 45,000 pounds, which there's no way. I ran a Volvo VNL in real life, and truck and trailer was 35,000. So that thing's like 10,000 pounds heavier than it should be. Problem is, I really like that Argosy. It has I drove a Freightliner Century in real life for quite a bit, and that Argosy has the exact same dashboard, which I really like. So I enjoy driving it, but you really got to put a 600 plus horsepower engine in it to make it haul freight the way that it should. And it seems like all of them are that way. The FLD, the FLB, the Argosy. I've got an International 9800, which is a cab over. Really enjoy driving that one. That's a really weird looking truck, but it's easy to drive. And there's a bunch of engines available for it. And it's really huge on the interior. It would have been a nice truck to drive in real life, because the interior space is ginormous. It's got an almost completely flat floor for a cab over. It's tall, and it's got a really long overhang over the front wheel, so it's kind of fugly looking. But it's got a super short wheelbase, and it's easy to drive. But those are all mods that I found on... I think I found those all on the Steam Workshop. But they all seem heavier than they should be.
Go straight on.
It's not a big deal. I mean, you don't get fines for being overweight, but, you know, just... Nice. Yeah, that definitely helps. Depending on your PC, Jeremy's asking about, he just got a 4K TV. You may find you need to run in 1440, depending on what you're pushing, what PC you're driving it with. I've got a the Ryzen 5 3500X. CPU doesn't matter that much, but the GPU is a AMD 6700, and it'll do 4K, but I'm running right about like 50 frames a second, so it's playable. But like when you look to the sides, like right there, it gets choppy any place where there's kind of fast moving images. So I backed it down to 1440. There are also some resolutions in between 1440 and 4K that you can run, so you might be able to find a balance between those two. I stream in 1080p. At some point, I'd like to upgrade PC too, but the problem I run into is, you know, I'm running an AM4 socket. Everything's a little on the older side, and so it's like I'm kind of inclined just to do an entire complete PC and start over. But I'd also like to upgrade the steering wheel to a Moza trucking steering wheel system. But, you know, it's a game. I enjoy playing it, but, you know, how much money do you want to spend
Go straight on.
When what I have works? I mean, I'm averaging 120 frames a second right now. It works. It's adequate. Would I like to run it in 4K? Yes. Is it worth spending $1,500 on a better GPU? No. Okay, so you got a much better GPU than I've got. Yeah, so you should be fine in 4K then, if you're running a 5080.
Go straight on.
Yeah, I've been thinking about a pre-built my next time. I normally build my PCs, but I saw a review. I mean, even Costco is selling... It's MSI, mostly MSI-based stuff. The ASIC, something sort of an A, $2,500. I think it comes with a 5080. Ryzen 9 90 something X. For $2,500, it's a pretty good deal. Water cooled. Well, I'm an old school computer guy. Jeremy asked, Yeah, so been building PCs for a long time. I don't enjoy it the way that I used to, which I'd be inclined to just build something that had everything matched.
Keep left, and then turn left.
At this point, I've been putzing around with PCs since
Turn left.
late 70s, early 80s. Used to work in IT, but I hated it. Working in an office sucked. There are a lot of videos on YouTube about how to build a PC. It's not that difficult. Getting the parts list together, like what's going to work best with what. But there's some websites that can help you. PC Builder, I think, is what it is. There's a couple websites it can help you pick like different parts that'll work well together. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Start with your old PC. This is what Jeremy said. He might start with his old PC. That's a good idea. Something that you're not afraid if you break it. Watch some videos too. You'll need some tools, some small screwdrivers and things. iFixit sells some PC repair toolkits. Always good to learn new skills. One thing is, if you live someplace, especially with a dry climate where there's a lot of static buildup, you're going to want to make sure you discharge your body. You don't want to zap anything. It's pretty low risk of you actually damaging anything, but you should run a wrist. It's like a little strap you put around your wrist, and you tie it to the chassis or to something metal to ground yourself out, so you don't static discharge to any electronic components. Used to be a much bigger problem than it is now. Most PC parts are pretty resilient today. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. The power supply is pretty easy to get in and out. The connectors that go to the motherboard and all the components will be where it's tricky. Although the newer stuff uses plugs on the power supply itself. The old ones didn't work like that. The old ones, you had a power supply and the cables came out of the power supply. But all the new stuff is modular, where there's plugs on both ends, which would make it easier to change the power supply. Well, that's a really beautiful view right there. Look at that.
Go straight on.
Yep, cable management is always a bit tricky. When it's done well, it's a bit like artwork. Can really help make the build look nicer. I personally never really got that much into that, as long as it's neat and tidy and you don't have because you don't want wires hanging out in the middle of the box. That's a fucking stop sign. Because it can block airflow and wow, an old pre-built iBuy power. I remember that one. 3060 GPU. used to play, my last GPU was a NVIDIA, crap, what the hell was it? 770. It was a 770. I think it had 4 gigs in it, I think. 4 gigs of RAM. It played ATS okay in 1080p. It was no problem at all. But it struggled with some other things. Yeah, that GPU is like, yep. Yep, yeah, it was what, a GTX 770 is what I had. It worked, you know, it worked fine. Just in 1080p, I would just do things like turn the grass off. I still do that. I have the grass turned off. Honestly, it doesn't add that much to the game, and it really does put an extra load. I just don't think the grass... I like the vegetation I leave on, but in medium, I think. But the grass I turn off. So that's what I had to do. Just turn off pedestrians, turn off the grass, limit the vegetation, and that 770 played it okay. You know. Yeah, I still have that 770. It works. I mean, that card was... It's got to be 12 years old. At least. I don't know when it came out. I mean, there's plenty of games that will work in 1080p
and then continue straight on.
And be completely fine. It really depends on the game.
Go straight on.
Hell, I've still got some 720p screens around.
Go straight on.
Yeah, I think if I purchase again, I'll go NVIDIA on my next card. AMD stuff's cheaper, but I think the NVIDIA stuff works a bit better. Yeah, 2013. Yeah. God. 13 years ago. How things change. The things that really held me back from upgrading were just the prices. Every time I was thinking about doing an upgrade, you know, there was a GPU shortage or Bitcoin mining was big, and just, it's like I was not going to spend $2,000 on a graphics card. Like, it just, what I had worked, and I wasn't going to spend that kind of money. It just was kind of ridiculous. So I found this, found a good video review on this 6077, I think it is, or it games pretty well. There were some benchmarks that were done on by a reputable YouTube channel, and it was on sale for $300, and I was like, okay, or $280, something like that. Yes, they do. Moore's Law is what that's called. You look up Moore, M-O-O-R-E. I believe he was a physicist, and his prediction was that computing power would double every 18 to 24 months. And that's pretty much been true. At least double, oftentimes. Only now are we starting to get to the point where Moore's Law is beginning to break down, because they don't really know beyond about the next 10 years how they're going to make transistors smaller, like 4 nanometer process. Once you get below a certain amount, you have issues, and they don't know what they're going to do for the next step. But you can check out Moore's Law. That's what that's all about. I mean, the first computers I played with, well, I had an Apple II, which is kind of a different animal. But my first PC was a, you know,
Go straight
IBM
on.
PC 8088, 640K of RAM. It had a 20 megabyte hard drive, something like that.
Get ready to turn left.
Yeah, I'm the other way. Oh, shit. I just missed my turn.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Well, fuck. Let's see what we're going to do here. Missed my turn. Yeah, I'm the other way with phones. I use a phone every day as navigating. I need something that's halfway decent. I got a super cheap phone my last time, and its biggest issue is the lack of RAM because you've got multiple apps open, and I need to have a heavy hitter for that. I think what we're gonna do. I don't know if I can do a U-turn here or not. I really don't want to drive all the way up to the next town, if possible. But I'm afraid if I go off into that ditch that I won't be able to turn around. And those little reflector things will cause you problems. Nah, we got it. In real life, you get a ticket for doing this. Don't do this.
Get ready to turn right.
Well, let's not miss the turn again.
Turn right.
I've done that in real life in a real truck. Yapping with a friend on the phone and not listening or paying attention to the navigation, and oops, there was my turn. Shit. Yes, I was for about a decade. Shit happens, you know. Everybody screws up sometime.
Go straight on.
I do miss it sometimes.
Finally, we are here.
Finally, we are here. Let's see what it wants us to do. It's a wind turbine they're putting up there. JBG Travels. I don't think so. Hey, we got it. Was it on YouTube? I'm assuming? No, I don't think I have. May find them on YouTube here. Actually, I am subscribed, so I guess the answer is yes. Is that the guy that passed away recently? I think I saw something post about that. Yeah, that really sucks, man. He was pretty young. Um, all right. Yeah, here's that Bobcat cargo pack. Yeah, I was watching another trucking YouTube channel, and they mentioned that it was might have been Bruce Wilson. I don't remember. I was watching him, and they mentioned it that he passed away. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels that I happen to see, but that doesn't mean I necessarily saw the content. You see it in passing. Oh, that looks like a cool video, and you subscribe, and then things happen. It's a couple of good YouTubers I've followed that passed. Desert Drifter. He did like walking around in the desert exploring old Native American sites and things. Oh wow, he had a heart attack on the job. Jesus. For a young guy too, that's he looked like he was in pretty good physical shape too, but you never know, man. It Yeah, Desert Drifter, he was a young guy too in his 30s, and he did a lot of exploring in the desert and Native American sites and other things, and then finished up a trip, recorded everything, and they got rear-ended by a drunk driver about 3 minutes from his house. And it's just crazy that you can be climbing rocks and cliffs and doing dangerous stuff, and then something happens to you 2 minutes from your house like that. So go check him out if you like climbing and like outdoor stuff. Desert Drifter is good. There's a bunch of guys that do that kind of stuff that's pretty interesting. There's rules about that too. I mean, it's just unwritten rules, but what is it? Take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but footsteps. So, when you find like an arrowhead or pottery, pick it up, look at it, put it back where you found it. Don't take stuff home with you. Um, that's kind of the unwritten rule. Leave it as you found it. All right, guys, that'll be it for this video. We're at 178,000 bucks, so I think we probably will be able to purchase our next rig. I'm going to go do a little research and figure out a little bit about what I want to do as far as powertrains on that. And then probably be back pretty shortly to do that truck purchase with you guys. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate the conversation. You too have a great day. Hope everybody enjoyed it and appreciate everybody watching. You guys take care. And